Today, we are looking at posting on LinkedIn. Posting on LinkedIn is the one that usually requires the most amount of thought and investment, and sometimes is a little bit scary for people because you are putting things out in the public social network, especially in a world where we are living, where it's highly complex politically, geopolitically, and everything that's going on more broadly in the world and the workplace today. However, that doesn't mean that we can't not have these conversations. Therefore, the way that I think about this and the way that I advise our clients is fundamentally these kind of four things. If what you are about to post on LinkedIn, so start post here, whatever it is that you are saying, if you would stand up in front of a room full of your colleagues and you would say that to all their faces and you would stand by what you say, the chances are what you're saying is okay. With that same post, if you would stand up in front of a conference room full of all of your top clients and your ideal clients, would you say that to their faces and would you stand by what you say? Same principles apply. Would you be comfortable being interviewed on a broadcast television news channel and stand by what you say for the world to see? Would you be happy for what you're saying to be printed on the front page of a national newspaper wherever you may be in the world? You can answer yes to all or any of those statements, and you fundamentally would be happy to say those things to people's faces and stand by what you say, then fundamentally what you are posting on LinkedIn, the chances are it's going to be all right. If you're not sure, ask is the simple rule for this. So in terms of posting, we can add media, you can celebrate occasions, you can add in a poll, you can add a document, all sorts of things. You can search for people. Typically, you're probably going to be around media, which is a photograph, and you may well be creating a poll to ask a question, or you're going to be adding a document, and then you can put your text in here. You can schedule your posts, so you can actually, if you have your planning at whatever time of day during the week that is, you can decide I'm going to post this on whatever day I want to post it, and then whatever time you want to post it. If you're thinking what is the best time to post on LinkedIn, my view is focus more on post when you're ready to post and you've got something to say than necessarily focus on the time. But people out there say that the best time to post is typically between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. wherever you are geographically around the world. However, I see content in my feed which is over a week old. So that person may well have posted it at whatever time it was, but I'm seeing it for the first time in my feed. Then it's around, well, what is it that you are posting? The key thing with your content is to give your audience a reason to read it. If you're going to be sharing your corporate content, if you're going to be sharing corporate reports or corporate research, rather than just reposting or resharing, so you hit the repost button with no context. Imagine this is a corporate post here from your corporate feed. If you click repost, you want to repost with your thoughts. The reason you should read this is the top three things in our research say. If you are a person, general counsel, CFO, lead legal ops person, head of digital transformation, this is why this piece of report is interesting to you, or bring out a particular statistic. But then what we also want to be doing is thinking about, well, what is it that you are bringing? What is it that you are understanding every day? You are talking to more of your clients' peers in a week, in a year, than they do in that same time frame. So you want to start to think about, yes, what is it that you are reflecting on? So let's find an example where we have down here. So we could be going with, well, here's an example of me talking about the fact that I'm flying off to Washington. That can create a conversation. Here's me showing an example of the changes that are happening within Sales Navigator, which is LinkedIn's premium business development tool. We go further down here. It's meaning just adding in some content around Google's latest AI challenges. I do a video every Friday, about 60 seconds, 2 minutes, which reflects on the question I've been asked that week. Again, here's an example of uploading a document and then giving people the reason to engage. And you can see the document post here. There's my Ask Alex video. Here's the piece in terms of reflecting a piece of research that we have done in terms of the Rainmaker genome and the activator advantage. So I'm actually telling people this is what they do. These are the things that they do differently. So hopefully you can see that from my post, it's a real different kind of mix of what I'm talking about. But the key that I'm trying to do in everything, the majority of my posts, is be helpful to the audience to understand a little more about something that they may not be aware of. So you may want to think about reflecting on a conversation with leader in this industry about these things, about these challenges that we discuss. What do you think? But of course, LinkedIn is becoming a much more personal place as well. So from time to time, I will add in maybe slightly more personal views on life. You've got my videos there. We talked about me going traveling. But you add what you feel is comfortable. These are the documents that you can add. And again, the reason documents are helpful is that you can then scroll. And so people can put stuff through here, and then you can scroll through things in terms of different types of research that you may well have found. This is a great way in using third-party research, so a way to use research of your prospective clients, so you could bring that into the conversation. Photos, I've mentioned that images, in terms of the different types of images that you can post. All these different kind of approaches to mix it up. Someone's research led, someone's a bit of fun led, someone's here's meeting with a client here in their room. Memes and gifs now have their place on LinkedIn if you feel so comfortable doing that. The key thing with the post, though, is to think about your audience. You're talking to your specific audience. So a good place to start is imagine you're writing a short email update to your top client about a particular topic or a particular industry trend. That email update is a post in its own right. And of course, you've got Copilot, so you can use Copilot to help you understand and create images that are relevant to you. Help me draft a post on this, and a lot of organisations now are having their own kind of private version of Copilot within their own ecosystems to help draft content. Draft being the key word. So think about what it is that you're going to be doing, how you're going to be talking about it. You want to be getting to a point where if you can post twice a week, maybe a corporate post and a post that is reflecting on a business-related conversation, that's there where you want to be heading, because then you are drawing people towards you in terms of you're the starting point of that conversation. And I mentioned if you are not posting and the competition are, then they are the ones that are going to be visible. So if I type in private equity, for example, so we're looking for private equity as a topic, and then I click on posts, as we did when we were searching for posts. So here's the post kind of related to kind of private equity. If you are not posting and other people are, this is then where they're going to be visible in that conversation, and you're not. Back to what is it that I'm trying to achieve by being on here? Front of mind, get front of mind, network around a conversation, or position myself as a subject matter expert in my field.